Hi, everybody, and welcome to the TSYP free monthly chant sessions. My name is Lisa Soede, and I'll be leading your practice today. The theme I've chosen is around joy and the idea of opening up to joy. And the word in Sanskrit for joy is Ananda, A long Nanda. And I'll show that to you. I'll share the mantra with you in a moment on the screen. The mantra was taken from the Brahmanandavali Upanishad. And it is basically when we repeat mantra again and again, we're absorbing that into the body, deep into the body. Very powerful practice. It is a meditative practice, so we'll be taking the mantra quite softly. We'll also be taking a gentle practice that moves quite slowly. In any case, I can't see any of you, so you will need to look after yourself in your practice, modify when you'd like to, use a chair, rest. Again, as I said, you are very welcome to chant with me or to remain silent and listening. Let me share the mantra with you now, and we'll practice it for those who would like to. So, Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Take that twice more. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. So we'll be using the mantra on and off throughout the practice, and it is entirely up to you whether you take it or not. So being available for joy takes actually a commitment and a lot of courage as well. And there's an element of trust that is required as well. I'd just like to share a very brief story with you that I think illustrates this point quite well. I was speaking to a friend the other day, and she was endeavoring to become certified in scuba diving. She was very, very nervous about this, very nervous, and she had to cross through quite a few barriers as she did it, but she did do it. And yesterday she told me that she went out on a dive with her husband and her dive instructor. And when she got, she went below the surface, she said she was utterly and completely in the moment, and it was absolutely wonderful. And when she came back up and the dive was finished, she was overjoyed. And that's the word she used, overjoyed. I was quite struck with that. And her second thought, which was also very interesting, is she said, why don't I allow myself more joy in my life? Why don't I allow more joy in my life? So let's do a practice and see if we can open up to joy. So if you'd like to come to stand, or if you're using a chair, you can sit. So coming to stand in a comfortable standing position, your feet could be a little bit apart, or they could be together. And we're going to begin by taking our fingers in these points like this, and we're going to place them at the upper part of our chest, symbolically our heart center. And we're going to take a few moments here and connect to our breath. So eyes could be open or closed. And you're aiming to bring the awareness from the outside to the inside. See if you can pay attention to the breath, particularly the exhale, with the intention of creating a long, slow, and steady exhale. I'm going to take a few breaths here. And then after your next exhale, if you'd like to release the hands down by your side. And all we're going to do now is raise the arms up and chant as we bring the fingertips back to the center of the chest. Perhaps you'd like to watch the first one. Inhaling, arms up. Ananda Atma. And we're going to take a breath here. Inhaling, arms up. Ananda Atma. Another breath here. Twice more. Inhaling, arms up. Ananda Atma. Last one. Inhaling, arms up. Ananda Atma. And then releasing the arms down. We're going to take a forward bend now. I'll turn to my side so you can see. We're going to inhale and take the arms up. Exhale to fold, soft knees, sweeping hands to the lower back. On the inhale, we're going to lift the chest. Perhaps focus on that point at the center of the chest, the heart space. And exhale, fold back down over the legs. So that's inhaling to come up. And exhale, bringing the arms back down by your side. And we're going to repeat that a number of times. I'll let you know when there's one more to go. So that's inhaling, arms up. Exhaling to fold. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling to come up. And exhaling, releasing the arms down. So I'm going to let this carry on without me talking, but do feel free to open your eyes and observe if you're not sure exactly what I'm asking you to do. I'm going to repeat that 3 more times. You may be slower or faster than me. Whichever one you're on, take 1 more. We're going to return now to movement with sound. So if you'd like to turn your left toes out and step forward with your right foot. Now take warrior one, you might want to watch the first one. Inhaling, bending the knee, taking the arms out, palms facing forward. Inhale, palms up, chanting Om. Om. Taking the arms up. Returning. Ananda Atma. And we're going to take that 4 times on each side. Inhaling. Om. Ananda Atma. Om. Ananda Atma. Om. Ananda Atma. Once more. Om. Ananda Atma. Stepping to the back. And then turning your right toes out and stepping forward with your left foot. We'll repeat this 4 times. Fingertips to the center of the chest. Om. Ananda Atma. Om. Ananda Atma. Om. Ananda Atma. Once more. Om. Ananda Atma. Releasing the arms and stepping to the back. Taking a moment in Samasthiti, your standing position, fingertips at that heart space. Awareness to the inside. And releasing the arms down. Next, we're going to come into a balance, again with the focus at the heart center. This time, we won't be taking a chant with the balance. You might wish to watch the first one. We're going to inhale, coming up onto the balls of the feet. You can leave the heels down if you prefer. Exhale, slowly lower just the heels. Keeping the arms where they are on the inhale, lift the chest. You could lean back if you wish and lift the chin. And exhale, returning the arms by your side. So together, inhaling onto the balls of the feet. Remember your gaze point, steady eyes. Exhale, slowly lowering the heels. On the in-breath, lift the chest. You may wish to lean back and lift the chin. And exhale, returning the arms back down by your side. I'm going to repeat this a number of times. Inhaling onto the balls of the feet. Exhale to lower the heels. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to lower the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale to return. Repeat that 3 more times. Please feel free to watch if you're not sure. Otherwise, carry on at your own pace. Make this one your last one. And returning the fingertips to the upper part of the chest. We'll release the arms down. Going to come to a kneeling sequence now. If kneeling doesn't suit you, please come onto your back. You could take upward leg raise instead. I'll show you the first one. We're going to come back to our chant now. Om Ananda Atma. A little bit quieter. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. So please feel free to go at your own pace, or you can go at my pace if that's comfortable for you. And we're going to repeat that sequence several times. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Once more. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. Om Ananda Atma. So now we're going to come to lie down. And when we're lying down, we're going to use mental chanting. So that's just repeating the mantra in your head, but not out loud. So perhaps you'd like to watch the first one. We're going to inhale, raise the arms and lift the spine. We're going to take a mental chant as we lower the arms and lower the spine. I'll take it out loud just so you hear it. Om Ananda Atma. We're going to repeat that a number of times. Now I'm going to take a mental chant, so you won't hear me chant, but I'll be chanting it in my mind. To return and chant. We're repeating. Once more. And when you've completed, bring the fingertips back to the upper part of the chest and extending the legs down along the mat. Keeping the focus on the heart space. As if each breath is moving to that place of joy that sits very close to Purusha, pure consciousness, our true self. Many different words for it. Then we're going to release the arms down, and we're going to bend the knees again and place the feet on the floor. We're going to take the same posture again. This time we're going to stay in the posture for a number of breaths. I'll let you know when there's one more to go. Do feel free to come out sooner if you prefer. You won't be taking a mental chant this time. I'd just like you to focus on this part of the chest as you stay and remain in the posture. So on the inhale, taking the arms up, you could also take them out to the side, lifting the spine. And this time on the exhale, lower just the arms. If you wish to interlock underneath, you could. If anybody has very long arms and reaches their ankles, that's also fine. What's important is your focus on the breath and at that heart center. And on the next exhale, return the spine to the mat. And bring the fingertips back to the upper part of the chest. And take a few breaths here. If it's comfortable for the back, extend the legs down and take a few breaths with the legs extended down. And then releasing the arms down and bending the knees once again, placing the feet on the floor. And then if you'd like to bring the knees up over the chest, placing the hands on the knees, fingers facing down towards the feet, back of the neck long and the chin drawn down. In a moment, I'll invite you to raise the legs up. If you'd like to raise one at a time, if that's better for you, that's fine. Or you could raise both. So on the inhale, you're raising your legs and taking the arms either to the floor behind you or out to the side. And exhale, slowly return, bringing the hands back to rest onto the knees. Hands resting on the knees. That's inhale, raising the legs and raising the arms. Pause at the top, feel the chest open and expand there. And then exhale, slowly return, bringing the hands back to rest onto the knees. Repeating at your own pace. You may be slower, you may be faster. Pause at the top. Once, excuse me, once more. And when you've completed, bring the feet to the floor. You're going to come back into the posture to keep the legs up. If that's too strong and it draws on your back, please continue what we just did, in and out. Options for the legs as you come up. So inhale, legs up. You could hook onto the big toes as long as the lower back doesn't lift. Back of the neck long, shoulders draw down. That's quite strong for people. You could also have the hands behind your thighs. So bringing the knees up over the chest. On the inhale, raise the legs and raise the arms. And then on the exhale, bring the arms where you'd like them to be, on the back of the thighs or hooking onto the big toes. And we're going to take several breaths here. One more. And then exhale, bending the knees, hands to the knees, knees over the chest. And bringing the feet to the floor. We're going to now come over onto our side and come up to sit. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Please do feel free to sit on a block or bend the knees if that's more comfortable for you. We don't want the spine to round like that. I'll show you what we're going to do, and then you can find what level's right for you. Fingertips at the center of the chest. Going to inhale, just watching for now. Inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, fold to wherever you get to. Hands to the feet or the shins or the knees, folding in. And then on the inhale, lengthen the spine. So you're lifting the chest, you're creating a flat back. And then we're going to stay here with the back of the neck long for 6 breaths. You may be here with a mental chant of Om Ananda Atma. I'll just chant it out loud for you once because you may not remember it. Om Ananda Atma. We'll take 6 breaths there. At the end of 6 breaths, we're going to inhale, come up. And we're going to exhale, bring the fingertips back to the upper part of the chest. Make sure you're comfortable because you'll be staying there for a while and you want to connect to that joy place. And if you're uncomfortable, that's impossible. So on the inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. On the inhale to lengthen. Back of the neck long, chin drawn in. 6 breaths here, mental chant on the exhale. Last one. And the next in-breath coming all the way up, hinging from the hips. And exhale, return the hands to the center of the chest. And take a breath here. Bending the knees so that the feet are forwards of the knee, about hip width apart. Arms back behind you, fingers pointing towards your feet, a little bit wider than shoulder width. We'll take this in stages and you just stay with whatever stage is right for you. So on the in-breath, we're lifting the chest. On the exhale, we're returning the spine to neutral. So you can continue that way, or you can lift up. So that would be inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, hips towards the heels and lifting up to this tabletop. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, spine to neutral. So that's inhale, lifting the chest. You may stay here, that's fine. Exhale to lift. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, spine to neutral. Inhale, lift the chest. Chin is down. Exhale, hips to the heels and lift. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, spine to neutral. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the knees. As you exhale, we'll roll back, chin to the chest. And when the back of the neck touches down along the mat, we're going to inhale, extend the legs down, raise the arms, point the toes, stretch from the fingertips to the toes. And on the exhale, lower the arms and flex through the feet so the toes are pointing towards the ceiling now. So that's inhaling, raising the arms and pointing the toes, stretching from the toes to the fingertips. Exhale to lower the arms, flex the feet, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Just once more. And then on your next inhale, turn the palms up. And on the next exhale, release the feet. So you're relaxing the feet out. Taking a few breaths here, feeling through the whole of the body. From the gross physical body to the very subtle body. And then on your next exhale, if you'd like to turn the palms facing down and bring the legs together, bend the knees and place the feet on the floor. In a moment, we're going to come up and sit, and we'll be sitting for about 5 or 10 minutes even. So do make sure you're comfortable, which includes sitting in a chair or with your back up against the wall. So if you'd like to raise one arm up and back to the floor behind you, and then come over onto that side. So you're all the way over on your side. And then inhale to come up and find your comfortable seat. Doesn't have to be cross-legged. Can be, doesn't have to be. It takes time, so allow yourself time to make sure you're warm enough and comfortable. If you find you get uncomfortable while we're sitting here, please feel free to change your position, trying not to disturb yourself too much. Just keep yourself as steady as you can. So for those who are new to yoga or aren't familiar with nostril controlled pranayama, or maybe have clogged nostrils today or clogged nose and it's difficult to breathe through the nose, you may wish to take this option. I'll give you two options. So you'll inhale, pause at the top of the inhale, and on the exhale, mental chant of Om Ananda Atma. I'll just take it out loud in case you're struggling to recollect what it sounds like. Om Ananda Atma. Placing one hand on the upper part of the chest and one hand below the navel. If you prefer to do this from Nadi Shodhana, that's fine as well. You take Nadi Shodhana, and the way you do that, inhale through the left, pause at the top of that breath. Plug the left, exhale through the right, that same mental chant of Om Ananda Atma. So you're mental chanting on the exhale as you alternate. Okay. You're choosing either this, or in fact, you could do a combination of both. You could start with one and then move on. Setting your seated position, beginning to deepen the breath, and begin when you're ready. You're mentally chanting on the exhale. One more round. And sitting quietly, keeping the breath, focus on your breath. Feeling through the whole of the body. Connecting to that place of joy within you. Beginning to take a few deeper breaths. Beginning to open the eyes. If you feel you'd like to change your position for our close, please do feel free to do that or to stretch in any way. Going to bring the fingertips to the center of the chest. We're going to take our mantra 3 times. The first one very, very quietly. Second one a little bit louder. And the third one louder still. So inhaling, sweeping the arms out and up. Quietly to the chest. Ananda Atma. Inhaling, arms out and up. A little bit louder. Om Ananda Atma. Last one. Om Ananda Atma. Thank you, everybody.